get settled into a space where you will be most comfortable relaxing for the next 40 or so minutes. And as you're ready, you can gently let your eyes close and take them into an internal focus on the breath. So just noticing where your breathing is centered this evening. If you feel it in your belly, if you feel it in your chest or your neck or your head, maybe you feel it in your hands or feet. And start to notice the sound of your breath. Start to notice that ever so quiet sound that is the closest sound to you, in fact. Maybe you have some gurgling sounds in your tummy, or you can hear the beat of your heart as well. From there, start to notice some of the sounds that are outside of you. So anything in the room, anything maybe in the same dwelling or the same building as you. Maybe you hear some people's voices in another room, or the sound of a cat moving around. Maybe a fan or an AC fan whirring. And even notice outside of the structure that you're in. Notice the furthest away sound that you can. That's a plane flying overhead, or some traffic in the distance, maybe a dog barking across the way. Just let yourself focus on that auditory field for a moment and start to relax into the different span of that auditory from far to near. And know that all of the sounds that you can pick up on in that field are actually helpful for our session tonight in helping you to focus even deeper and more relaxed into the body. These sounds can really help to orient you, and so that there's no distraction or no deterrence from our relaxation practice this evening. Just being aware that these sounds exist, and they're there like little bufferings around your hearing, and that you're safe here in your body, in your resting place. Coming back to the breath, start to draw in your energy from the day. Just calling all of the energy from your day back into you, back into some intuitive place in the body that feels like your energy is coming home. That might be in your chest or in your solar plexus or your abdomen. Doesn't matter where it is. It's intuitive to you. And you're welcoming all the energy that you've been out and socializing or thinking or doing other tasks or interfacing with other people today. You're calling all that energy back into you, where it belongs. No longer in that conversation with a friend or driving down the highway. You don't have to think about what was happening in the kitchen earlier, or where you were at work. Just all of those moments get to come with your energy. Finding space in this center in the body. We're going to call this area your center for tonight. And we're going to move all of this delicious energy of yours from that center. Imagining that it is floating out of you and moving towards the wall just in front of you. Whatever the closest wall is, extend your energy out from your body and make contact with that wall or surface. Notice how it feels to touch it, to engage with it. Notice its texture, its temperature, like you're really touching that. Notice the impact that that has on your body. And gently bring your energy back into your center again. Moving around the body now from that center place, we're going to move the energy to the wall that's closest to your left. Just touching that wall with your energetic hand. Again, noticing the texture and the temperature and the feeling of that surface. And bringing your energy right back into your center core, letting yourself drop deeper into the body each time we come back. Now, moving your energy out to the wall just behind you. Letting your energy touch that wall. Noticing all of those touchable elements about it. Maybe the grooves in the surface, the roughness of the grain or the concrete. And back into the body again. Letting your breath start to relax even more as you come home to your center each time. Moving energetically out to the right-hand side of you, using that energetic hand of yours to touch the wall on your right-hand side. Coming back into the body. Dropping down now to notice, really notice the surface that you're resting on. Notice the quality of the support, the firmness, softness. Notice how your back body feels resting upon it. Just drawing all of your attention back into the center again. And lastly, we're going to move that energy up above you to the ceiling. Let your energy float up that way like a gentle helium balloon, floating up to the surface. Just again, touching that surface, taking in the qualities of that touch. And letting your awareness float back down sweetly and gently, like a leaf, just coming back and forth as it makes its way down to find your center again, nestling in even deeper, cozy, warm, calm, comfortable in your body. In a moment, I'm going to count from 5 down to 1. And you'll hear me say the words deep sleep, and I'll snap my fingers at the same time. And when I snap my fingers, this isn't for any sense of control or other sort of directive for you. This is only really as something for your brain to notice. There's another sound in the space as well. So you'll hear that along with the numbers, along with the words deep sleep. And every time you hear the words deep sleep and the snap, you're going to find yourself resting 5 times as deeply into the body, going even deeper, even more restfully, even more sweetly into this open, spacious, and very aware state at the same time. 5, letting all of the muscles, the tendons and ligaments be soft and open, deep sleep. 4, finding yourself drifting into an even more relaxed and calm state. Noticing how comfortable it is to be in the body. Deep sleep. 3, deeper and deeper now, letting yourself melt into this soft, relaxed space. Deep sleep. 2, deeper and deeper, softer and softer. Everything in the body becoming open, relaxed, aware, deep sleep. 1, all the way down now into the most relaxed state, finding yourself tranquil, peaceful, unconcerned, nobody wanting anything, nobody expecting anything, and absolutely nothing whatsoever for you to do except to rest. I invite you to just let your mind and your imagination drift. Let it feel lazy, easy, comfortable. Imagine now that you're standing on the terrace of a lovely old home, a home like a estate or a country mansion, something wide and grand, but welcoming and still homey despite how big it is. Imagine yourself standing on the terrace in the front of this home. You can feel the sun on your head and your shoulders. It's not too hot. It's just these warm, delicious kind of rays of sun. And imagine that there's a gentle breeze also playing around on your skin. Something soft and welcoming. As you look around, you'll notice there is an elegant marble flight of stairs in the sunken garden in the front yard ahead of you. As you gaze upon the garden from this terrace, you sense that it's a place of peace and well-being and comfort. Take a moment and really see this in your mind's eye. See yourself standing on the front terrace, looking down into a beautiful, lush garden space that seems to be inviting you forward and twinkling with magic. In a moment, I'm going to count down from 10 down to 1. And as I count all the way down from 10 to 1, I want you to imagine that each number is a step down on this beautiful marble staircase. A step down towards this lush, magical looking garden. And each time you take a step down, you're going even more deeply into relaxation. Remember that there is no limit to the state of peace we can exist in. And so that by the time we get down to the last step, you will be as deeply calm as you have ever imagined, while still being able to hear and respond to the sound of my voice, completely aware. 10, taking the first step down, resting and letting go, gracefully and easily. 9, feeling more and more calm. There's no need to hurry. There's plenty of time. The wholeness of the garden awaits. 8, moving down easily onto the next step. 7, deeper and deeper. 6, deeper and still. Your breathing becoming slower and steadier, easy and restful. 5, very calm now. Just let go. 4, calmer and calmer. 3, calmer still now, more and more relaxed. 2, all the way down. 1. As you step off of the last step, you find yourself in this wonderful, spacious garden. You feel the softness of the newly cut grass beneath your feet and the fragrances of masses of brilliantly colored flowers seem to envelop you from every direction. You notice there's the gentle sound of birds singing, echoing faintly in the quietness of the air. This garden seems to stretch into the distance as far as the eye can see in all directions, with beautiful shrubs, tall, elegant trees, and an ornamental fountain which seems to feed into this gently trickling stream close by. Allow this to fascinate you and wander to the edge of the stream and gently lower yourself down onto the soft, grassy bank. Just sit for a while and gaze into the cool, clear water, marveling at the sense of peace that is sweeping over you. Listen to the faint sound of the fountain splashing into the pool that feeds into the stream. Letting your breathing be easy and open and relieved. After a little while, you can let yourself lay back on the grass and gaze up at the clearest blue of the sky. Letting your mind rest deeper and deeper, allowing yourself to drift off into a blissful state of sleep. And as you sleep, you have a dream. You dream that your whole body is becoming lighter and lighter and lighter. So light that you feel you must surely begin to float on the air at any moment. And then you feel yourself just floating and drifting, gently borne aloft in the air and supported by the softest of warm breezes. You can see somehow through your closed eyelids that you're floating in a sea of color. A warm sea of color that relaxes and comforts you as you just drift, suspended in warmth and color that somehow seems unreal and yet has a very familiar, comforting feeling to it. You're aware of misty reds and oranges, some soft, muted yellow tones, gentle greens and blues that seem somehow like soft clouds, and a deep, soft indigo and violet, more than you would have imagined. It begins to dawn on you that you're floating in a rainbow. You're floating inside of a rainbow. And in this rainbow, time and space doesn't exist in the same way that we usually know it. You might have floated there for just a moment, or you could be here for 100 years, or a lifetime, or just perhaps the blink of an eye. You could have floated forwards in time, to a time that's far beyond your future. Or maybe you're back in time, back before this lifetime. It gradually begins to seem to you that you might even be able to float here for as long as you wish. And this wonderful, deeply relaxed and blissful feeling of just floating and drifting through this magical sea of colors flowing around you, where time seems to suddenly be of very little importance. Still pondering on these thoughts of time and space, notice yourself beginning to float gently downwards, lower and lower, sinking softly down through the beautiful, soft colors of the rainbow, becoming more and more relaxed, even more lazy feeling, until you realize that you've stopped floating downwards. You're actually on the shore of a beautiful blue, still lake, surrounded by softly rolling hills that are shrouded in a gentle silver mist. There are trees and sweetly scented flowering shrubs and grasses growing at the water's edge. And everything is bathed now in a beautiful golden light. A golden light that seems to bathe everything in its warmth. You find yourself marveling at the sense of calmness and comfort that's continuing to fill your entire being as you rise and stroll easily along the shore of this crystal blue lake. Notice with a sort of unbothered curiosity that the lake seems to be constantly changing color. Subtle colors blending very smoothly. It's difficult for you to know exactly when the limpid blue has become a deep, soft violet, or when that violet turns into a relaxing, translucent green color. The change of color fascinates you, and you settle yourself down to sit comfortably and safely on a large rock and gaze out across the crystal clear water. Every so often, something, a fish maybe, or a little turtle, just something, breaks the surface and creates ripples that seem to flow gently and endlessly in all directions of the crystal clear lake. Watch these ripples that eventually come to lap against the edges of the rock that you're sitting on. You smile and slightly lean forward to touch the water and touch the ripples. And as you do so, you create more ripples. In fact, the ripples that you create start to shimmer in a kaleidoscope of different colors across the lake, as if you're adding your own rainbow touch. You realize that this incredibly tranquil place is the pool of all knowledge, and that while you are here, you are part of everything, and everything is a part of you. You will find it very easy to open your mind and let go of any barriers to memory or to learning. This is a deep, deep creation space. In the pool of all knowledge, your creations can come alive with a thought, with an awareness, with a focus. And with the knowledge of your own creativity comes the power of your creativity. That is the anchor of your personal power. All that you create is, in fact, yours. That is your energy, your ripple into all that is. Your mind is open and receptive to everything that's going on around you in this beautiful space, and everything that you're listening to being said. Everything I say is for the benefit and is accepted and acted upon by the subconscious mind. It has a steadily increasing effect upon the ways that we think, the ways that we feel, and the ways that we behave. And the influence of these positive suggestions for your benefit continue to increase over the coming days and weeks and months. The words for your benefit are selective. We get to choose what is for our benefit and what is not. And from the place of creation, from the place that we create from, we give our power to the things that are beneficial, the things that benefit us, and the things that are a benefit for all. That is our choice. That is your power. And you easily discern it now in this place of all knowledge and all creation. You're beginning to feel freer even from all tensions and anxieties and fear. You now realize that you are more confident and sure of yourself than you have ever been before. You are beginning to feel strength building within you, motivating you gently and firmly to overcome any and every obstacle that stands in your way of happiness, of personal creation for your benefit. You find yourself knowing that the way to overcome any obstacle is something that feels easy and effortless. It is neither trying nor stressful. It comes to you easily and is infused with all of your creation power that flows effortlessly through your being, just like the ripples to the water. You'll find that from this moment on, you're developing more self-control. You now face every situation in a calm and relaxed state of mind. Your thinking is very clear and sharp at all times. You feel a deep self-respect and confidence expanding within you more and more each day. You may realize that in the past, you sometimes felt as though you were overwhelmed or a bit helpless. That feeling is now being replaced with these feelings of confidence, strength, self-control, and your personal power of creation rising within you. Taking your gaze across the crystal lake once again. Noticing how the ripples that your energy made in the water are still moving, blossoming like singular ideas of creativity spreading out and inspiring each other continually. One creative thought leads to another, leads to another, leads to another. You notice how good you feel right now, mentally, physically, emotionally, spiritually good, whole, real. Your ability to create is real. And the incredible ripples of that beauty and meaning are here, visible, palpable. Let yourself take another look around the landscape, feeling the warmth of the rock that you're resting in, feeling a sense of gratitude washing through the body for knowing this place. This is a place you can come back to again and again. You know precisely where it resides. And finding your way back here is easy and simple. Imagining the colors of the rainbow, imagining a crystal clear lake, and all of the color and creativity moving through it, easily illuminating, easily connected with the creativity in you. Moment, I'm going to count up from 1 to 5. And when we reach 5, you will emerge fully awake, fully aware, rested, and peaceful, and alive. 1, allowing yourself some deeper breaths, feeling open, noticing the body, noticing your fingers and toes. 2, continuing to allow yourself space and rest and calm. There is no hurry to come back, but we will be back in just a few more numbers. 3, noticing the light coming through the eyelids, letting yourself start to notice the sounds in the room, the temperature of the air, or imagining what it would feel like to open the eyes, letting the light come in again. Your eyes will feel calm, cool, clear. Your mind will be at ease, soft and peaceful, completely aware. And 5, opening your eyes, coming back into the room, emerging, all aware, all alert. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Come on back.